Hi, I'm Margaret Scullin. I'm a derivatives lawyer and a partner in the firm of FisherBroyles. I'm talking today about derivatives clearing. I'll talk a little bit about why clearing is being required, what it's going to mean for derivatives transactions, and what derivatives counterparties need to do in order to be prepared to meet this requirement. I'm not giving legal advice, I'm just providing general information. The derivatives industry is undergoing a major transformation. One of the biggest changes that we're seeing is the introduction under the financial reform legislation known as the Dodd-Frank Act of mandatory derivatives clearing. Why is this being required? Congress became very concerned about the potential for credit risk and credit exposure in the privately negotiated derivatives market. They were particularly concerned about what would happen if a major derivatives counterparty were to fail. This could have substantial impact and the potential for a domino effect. What they've done is to require that all derivatives transactions be submitted and accepted for clearing on a clearinghouse once the CFTC determines that that swap is available for clearing. And once that determination is made, then all swaps of that type will need to be cleared on a clearinghouse unless there's an exception available. So far, the CFTC has made this determination for a number of classes of interest rate swaps and credit default swaps. What a cleared transaction looks like is, in theory, what's being interposed is one new party, an intermediary known as the central counterparty, which is going to be a derivatives clearinghouse. For interest rate swaps, this will probably be the CME or the LCH. Now, the reality of the picture is a little bit more complicated because very few parties are members of these clearinghouses, which you need to be in order to access them directly. The membership requirements for the clearinghouses are very high. A lot of market participants won't be eligible, and even if they are eligible, they may not be interested in becoming members. Therefore, most derivatives counterparties will need to access the clearinghouses through intermediaries known as futures commission merchants, or FCMs. So as you can see, what initially started out as a transaction between two counterparties now involves 5 parties. What does this do with regard to credit risk? If the transaction is accepted at the clearinghouse for clearing, then the 2 original counterparties no longer have any credit exposure to each other, but they will, however, have credit exposure to their FCMs and to the clearinghouse. It doesn't remove the credit risk from the transaction, it simply reallocates it and introduces new players into the transactions. What do counterparties need to do in order to be ready for the clearing mandate? They need to have clearing agreements in place with 1 or more FCMs. It's strongly recommended that counterparties have relationships with more than 1 FCM. This is both to ensure continuous access to a derivatives clearinghouse and also for prudent risk management purposes. I'm available to negotiate derivatives clearing agreements and also to discuss with you what these agreements look like, the types of provisions they contain, and to tell you what aspects of them are more or less likely to be negotiable. I've successfully negotiated several derivatives clearing agreements for my clients, and I'm available to help others get ready for mandatory clearing. My name is Margaret Scullin with FisherBroyles. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.